Okay, so we're leaving the town of San Felipe on the eastern side of the Baja Peninsula, which is the Sea of Cortez side. And like I mentioned earlier, I've actually been down here before. About 5 years ago, I came down here with my sister. And on that trip, we actually did go down to the place I'm headed to now, which is the hot springs at Puertecitos. But that time, that trip was in June, which is the off season down here. So the place was pretty much deserted. And I'm curious to see if there'll be more people around now since it's wintertime. But what I'm mainly curious about, I'm not gonna lie, is last time I went to these hot springs, they're tidal hot springs. They're right on the shore, right? So when the tide goes out or when the tide comes in, that's when the hot springs are soakable. So last time I was here, we went out and soaked, and the water was nice and hot and everything was great, except for the fact that there was thousands of these really creepy bugs. They were what I would sort of describe as a hybrid between a cockroach and a leech, crawling all over the rocks, all around the hot springs. So I'm curious to see if that was just something that happens in the summertime or if they will be here now. Okay, pit stop on the way to Puertecitos. My friend pulled over here at a place called, well, it looks like it's called Cow Patty. Okay, wait, hold on. Before we go in, I did notice there's this, well, you tell me what this is. It's some kind of race car, and the driver's name is Prickly Dick. I guess he's supposed to be a saguaro cactus. And there's the bar behind our rigs there. It's called Cow Patty. It's the front of an old bus. And a cow. Oh man, there's stickers all over this friggin' bar. Well, you know what that means? I better get one of my own stickers out and stick it on the wall, because gosh, every time I come to one of these places where there's stickers everywhere, I never seem to have one of my own dang stickers with me. And by gum, that's gonna change right here and now today. Oh gosh, we have so many cool stickers here. Who do I want to associate myself with? Well, I'll just go right here in the middle. Now they'll know I'm here, even if they can't see my lips moving. Unfortunately, this bar doesn't serve anything but beer, which is probably a good thing because I already had 2 margaritas. But we're only 2 miles from camp, so while my friends have a drink here, I'll just look around the bar. Okay, pit stop over. Now back in the car and on to Puertecitos Hot Spring. All right, we're here at Puertecitos. I think we paid 28 bucks a person. And I think for that price, we each get our own little palapa picnic table right by this beautiful little bay. Look how nice this is. Okay, so here we are, the 3 amigos. But I'm gonna actually take a little walk and see what else Puertecitos has to offer. Man, it's kind of gnarly weather right now. It's chilly. It makes everything seem even more surreal. I guess this is the town of Puertecitos, which, as I recall, I thought it was sort of like a hippie colony. But it's kind of weird because there's these houses right next to where we're camped, and they look deserted. And then there's a sign here for a Puertecitos restaurant. It doesn't look like it's open to me. Man, this whole place just feels like after the apocalypse. Beach town after the apocalypse. Oh my gosh, this is one of the cutest things I've ever seen. Look at this. My gosh. So basically you'll have to imagine that you're in basically a room the size of a phone booth, not much bigger, but full of books and surrounded by the Baja Californian desert, if you can wrap your mind around that. Okay, there is a little bit of something for everyone here. Gosh, remember these mass market paperbacks? I'm not even sure that's a thing anymore. Do people even read these kind of books anymore? Nebraska! Looks like some guy came from back east and he met a beautiful Indian maiden. Texas Tough by Haskell Giles. Is that even a real name? Haskell? Oh man, I just love stuff like that. That is so neat. The last time I was here, I just sort of imagined that, oh, okay, there's some big expatriate community that comes down here and stays all winter, and so there's a lending library. But golly, where's all the expatriates? So maybe in normal years, there's more people down here from Canada, and they just weren't able to come down here this year because of the pandemic. That could be the case. But whatever it is, it's very eerily deserted and abandoned feeling right now. Okay, well, as I remember when I was here with my sister, I think the hot springs were like up that road over the hill there. So maybe I can make myself a jalapeno margarita, get my fuzzy bathrobe, and well, go walk over there and see what's up. Man, this is much different from last time I camped here. I mean, like I said, it's the last day of January, so you would think it'd be chilly. But then again, it's Baja, California. So you think it would be nice and balmy, which it was earlier today at Pete's camp up by San Felipe. And we're only like an hour south of there, but oh my gosh, it is kind of stormy and chilly here. Just walking down this dirt road towards the hot spring through all these, well, I mean, I don't know, you tell me, is anybody living here? Doesn't look like it. I'm gonna guess this car doesn't run anymore, but gee golly, it's hard to say. Look at the license plate though. That's one of the old California license plates. Las Aguas Termales de Puertecitos, which means the hot waters of Puertecitos. Relajantes, medicinales, curativas, which I take to mean relaxing, medicinal, and curative. Una bendición de Dios para usted, which means a blessing from God to you. Isn't that nice? Oh, you can see the surf crashing on the rocks out there. That's where the hot springs are, somewhere out there in them rocks. But before I went down to the hot springs, well, besides hot springs, the desert, and the ocean, there's one other thing I love, and that's abandoned buildings. So I just couldn't resist poking around inside at least one or two of these amazing abandoned looking cliffside houses, some of which had real potential. If you use your imagination, I mean, imagine this living room with all these windows looking out over the beautiful Sea of Cortez and the hot springs. Oh, I just couldn't understand why it was sitting there all busted up and empty. Oh gosh, man, I've been hiking around for a minute and I just heard my friends calling to me from right down here. I think they found the hot spring and I think they actually got in the water, which means I'm gonna have to take off my clothes and get in too. Woo! Unfortunately, because I farted around so long in those abandoned houses, by the time I finally joined my friends for a soak in the hot springs, it was too dark to shoot any video. So I just decided I'd get up early the next morning and shoot some footage at sunrise instead. Good morning. Man, this has to be one of the most beautiful places I've ever woken up. That sunrise over that bay. It's just a beautiful morning to go wandering through an eerily abandoned hot spring town. But it's like, why? Why would anybody abandon a home down here in this amazing, I mean, frankly, I consider this to be a paradise because, well, little known secret, you know, I'm always talking about how much I love the desert, and I do love the desert. But I'm from California originally. I really miss being by the sea, the ocean. That's the one thing I don't like about where I live, is that I'm pretty far from the ocean. But if I lived here, well, by gum, I'd be happy as a pig and you know what, because I have all this beautiful desert and all this beautiful ocean and hot springs. Man, I mean, the architecture on some of these places is pretty cool. I mean, it's varied. There's a page straight out of the Mojave Desert Playbook, including a travel trailer, or 2 or more travel trailers as part of a dwelling. You see that all the time where I come from. It's nice to know things are, well, things are the same all over. But seriously, it just makes me wonder, like, what happened to this place? Like, all I know is I'm glad I'm here today, and I'm really looking forward to taking a sunrise, or sunrise-ish, soak with my coffee. See if there's anyone else down here at the old hot spring. Oh my god, look how beautiful this is. And what a cool friggin' sculpture of this lady getting either undressed or dressed after soaking in the hot water. That'll be me shortly. I think there is somebody already down here, so I might not be able to shoot footage. Let me just see. Gosh darn it. Even if I can't shoot footage though, I mean, you can see how beautiful. Look how colorful these rocks are. All pink, yellow. And then the hot springs are just sort of bubbling up in between all the rocks, and there's various little pools all over the place. Maybe I'll try to go back to where I was last night. Okay, well, even though the lady in the statue wasn't wearing a bikini, it is Mexico. I don't want to offend anyone, so I put on a swimsuit. Yeah, I don't see any of those bugs. That must have just been a summertime thing. I mean, when I was here in the summer, they were crawling out of every crevice. It was like a horror movie. I'm not kidding. Oh my god, look how beautiful this is. Let's see. Oh, it's nice. Oh, it's cold over here though. Ooh, seawater's mixing with the thermal water, I guess. Oh gosh, and then here it's real hot. It's kind of patchy. It smells very sulfurous. Ooh. Oh yeah, this one is perfect. I had to poke around into a few different pools before I found one that was just the right temperature. And this is it. This is so amazing. I feel like a new person. How's that song go? I washed my face in the morning dew and bathed my soul in the sun. I have a feeling it's going to be another great day in Baja, California. Wow. I could have spent I'm not gonna lie, I could spend all day just hanging out here at this hot spring. But unfortunately, well, I'm traveling with 2 companions, and I think they want to get on the road and cover a lot of ground today. So, unfortunately, I have to leave beautiful Puertecitos hot springs. But the interesting thing is, I was talking to a woman who was soaking here, kind of a local woman, while she lives nearby. And she kind of filled me in on what the deal is with this place. Apparently, it's all owned by this one lady who's supposed to be kind of nasty. And so all these people here are just renting these houses. They don't own. They're just renting spots. Kind of like a trailer park, I guess. And I think she's waiting for everybody to just die off so she can build a resort here. Unfortunately. Oh man, I sure wish I could have a resort like this. Okay, well wouldn't that be amazing if I bought Puertecitos? Well, there's one more thing I want to look at before I go back to camp, and that's that tower on the hill. Oh, I gotta hurry though, because I know the guys are probably like, where is she? Holy cow, this is amazing. It almost looks like Eastern Orthodox. Oh, that tile work up top. Little fountains. Holy moly. It's got a little door in the side too. Oh wow, 3 lonely little candles. Man, I would have expected this thing to be full of like Virgin Mary statues and flowers and candles. Okay, before I head back, one last thing I'm gonna do is kind of like this little deck. You get a beautiful panorama of the amazing Puertecitos hot springs. Look at that. And the even more amazing, in my estimation, crazy abandoned homes all around it. wait, look. On the way back to camp, I saw one of those bugs. Look at this thing. I mean, for reference, there's my finger next to it. It's big. But it looks like a hybrid of a leech and a cockroach, doesn't it? Oh, poor little guy's playing dead. Don't be scared, I won't hurt you. I just wanted to... I kind of want to flip it over, but I don't want to freak it out. Look, ah! Here it comes. You little fella, I just want to show everybody how many creepy ass legs you have. Come on. Look, ah! God dang it, every time I do that, my camera goes out of focus. Oh man, well, you get the idea. Anyway, picture like thousands of those things crawling all over the rocks by those hot springs there. That's what it was like when I was here in June. Wonder if that has anything to do with all these abandoned houses. All right, Baja Adventure, Day 3. Can't wait to see what surprises the road holds for me today.